If you're a MacBook user looking for the perfect external monitor, then this one by BenQ might just be the best option out there. This thing was basically made for the Apple ecosystem. 12 months ago, I couldn't decide between the 14-inch or 16-inch M3 Pro MacBook Pro, but I decided to go for the 14-inch because my logic was that it's smaller and a better form factor for traveling, because I knew I was going to do a lot of traveling in 2024, and I did. I mean, I moved to Canada, I ended up going to Vancouver, to Montreal, like I traveled around a lot, and so having a small laptop was definitely the way to go. I don't regret that decision one bit, and I absolutely love the 14-inch. I always said to myself that as soon as I find a place, the first thing I'm going to do is pick up a monitor, because I want to have a bigger display when I'm at home, when I want to edit and lock in. And so that's exactly what I did. I picked up this BenQ monitor. For all of you who have been watching me for a while, you'll probably know I've been using BenQ monitors for years now. And I did actually go ahead and buy the ones I'd previously been using over the past few years, but BenQ reached out to me this time and did send me this monitor. Funny story, I actually bumped into them at a trade show, gave some of my details to some people there. We ended up talking and they gave me this monitor, but there was no expectation. They just wanted to give me it because they knew I loved their displays and they wanted me to try this one out. And I don't regret it one bit. The color calibration is excellent on this thing. One of my main gripes about displays in the past was that they're always slightly different to the MacBook display. Whenever I'd use them, there's always a little bit more contrast or saturation. They don't quite match up. And that's a big problem for me because I'm constantly color grading footage as well as color grading my photos in Lightroom. And not knowing whether the display is completely accurate or not is a deal breaker because I want the best, most accurate colors that I can possibly get. From the moment I switched on the monitor until now, I have not been disappointed and the colors are excellent. There's a dedicated preset color option that matches the MacBook display, and that's the one I've pretty much left it on out of the box until now. There is some other ones you can choose from if you want to be more nitpicky. You can obviously switch to Rec 709, and there's a few other ones, as well as custom modes so you can make it to your liking. But for me, I just left it on that macOS one, and it's been amazing. I also wanted something that integrated seamlessly with my MacBook and macOS in general. So I didn't want something complicated that required dongles and a bunch of cables to be connected every time I want to use the monitor because that's just inconvenient. And often I'll grab my laptop and bring it with me and come back and just plug it in. So I wanted something that used one USB-C cable, and this monitor does that. So it supports USB-C power delivery as well as video output, and it also does USB pass-through. So basically that means that you can just plug in one cable to your MacBook and everything is transferred over to the display. So you can plug all of your peripherals into the monitor ports and they will actually come up on your computer. Let's take a little step back. Let's go back to when I unboxed this monitor. I was really impressed with the build quality straight out of the box. I could immediately tell this thing was premium and it was really easy to set up. All I needed to do was attach the monitor mount on the back and then just go ahead and plug in the power cable and that one USB-C cable I was talking about, and it was ready to go. I love the design of this monitor. It comes in two different sizes. There's a 27-inch version, which I have, and also a 32-inch model. And it's overall really sleek. It has super thin bezels. It's really sturdy. There's a metal stand. And most importantly, the screen is glare-free. So there's this matte finish so that you won't get any reflections on the display. Because I don't want to have reflections where you can see me filming in the monitor. That's just a big deal breaker. And also glare can throw off the color accuracy. So having that matte finish display is super nice to have. And the fact that you don't have to dish out tons of money to get it and then it's just standard is amazing. I absolutely love that. Obviously you could use a third-party stand or a mechanical arm to hold up the monitor, but I just went with the stand that's included in the box and it works great. It's really adjustable, so you can go ahead and tilt the monitor left or right. You can rotate it to have it portrait, and it's got height adjustments so you can move it up and down. In terms of the resolution, this monitor is 4K, so you don't have any 5K like on some of the Apple displays, which would have been nice, not gonna lie, but 4K is more than good enough. It's super crisp, really sharp, and has great viewing angles. And I really love the colors. Even though they are accurate and match the MacBook, they look really saturated and really vibrant, which I love. But at the same time, you are getting the accuracy, so they are true to life. Today's video is sponsored by Tanka AI. This is a platform that unlocks your productivity potential, and it's an absolute game changer. If you're anything like me, you're juggling multiple projects, emails, and deadlines, and some days it feels almost impossible to keep up. That's where Tanka AI steps in. It's an all-in-one collaboration platform powered by AI to help you stay organized. It also helps you stay focused, and most importantly, it helps you stay productive. One of the standout features is Smart Reply. Imagine having an assistant that drafts instant context-aware replies for emails, messages, whether it's a quick response or something more detailed, Tanka's got your back. But productivity is more than just communication. Tanka's memory feature takes scattered data like chats, emails, as well as your documents, and transforms them into a structured knowledge base. So if you need to revisit client notes, track project updates, or compile lessons you've learned, it's all there, organized, and ready whenever you need it. Let's talk about the AI assistant. It doesn't just answer your questions, but it also learns from all of your documents, all of your conversations to provide smarter insights to your queries. Tanka also has a mobile app that lets you stay on top of things even when you're on the go. So no matter where I am, if I'm in a business meeting, if I'm traveling, or just catching up while on the couch, then I'm always in control. Being productive starts with the right tools, and for me, that's Tanka AI. It's helped me get more done, stay less stressed, and keep my projects running smoothly. Huge thanks to Tanka for sponsoring today's video, and if you want to try it out for yourself to see the difference, then check the link down below. In terms of refresh rate, that's where the monitor does take a hit because you only have 60 Hz. So on the built-in MacBook Pro display, you have Pro Motion 120 Hz, and I feel like you really do notice going to 60 Hz that it's just a little bit more janky and less smooth when you're moving windows around. But as long as you're not a gamer, this isn't really a deal breaker. Personally, I don't do anything fast paced, and I'm often just editing photos and videos and web browsing, so the 60 Hz is not a problem for me. And the same goes for the response time. It's 5 milliseconds, which is more than enough for someone who's just being productive that isn't gaming. This display has 400 nits of brightness, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're indoors and there's not a lot of glare or light, then it tends to be okay. I've never really had a problem where I wished it was brighter, but I guess if you're in a bright room or by a window, then it might be a problem. And in terms of color accuracy, this thing supports 99% of the sRGB color spectrum. Now let's talk about the connectivity of the monitor. So I've already discussed that one USB-C cable, which handles the power delivery as well as the display in, but there's also a secondary USB-C port, and that's just used for charging. So you can plug in any of your accessories like your mouse, keyboard, it could be any USB-C device like your smartphone, and you're able to charge up and have it connect through the monitor to your computer. There's also a 7.5 watt USB Type A port, which offers connectivity to your computer as well as power output. So you can plug in any sort of old school USB Type A device, even a flash stick, and you'll be able to access it straight from your computer. A super nice benefit of the hub inside this monitor is that it works even when the monitor is turned off. So you can keep your MacBook and whatever else plugged in and charging regardless. And there's also two HDMI 2.0 ports, sadly not 2.1, but you also have a headphone jack, as well as an extra USB Type A 7.5 watt port, which is directly below the monitor by the power button. There is a physical power button and also this rocker knob where you can go ahead and control the brightness as well as the volume directly through the monitor. But if you install DisplayPilot 2 on your Mac, it brings a ton of neat features and integrates the monitor more with your laptop. Using this software, you can directly control the brightness of this display through your keyboard shortcuts. So you don't actually have to go into the monitor settings. You can directly do it either from your toolbar on your Mac or through your keyboard shortcuts. Inside the toolbar menu, you can also change the scaling as well as the color presets and even turn on auto brightness or the anti-blue light filter. There's a built-in sensor which will change the brightness automatically if you want that, but for me, I prefer to just manually have control. A really neat feature is this monitor supports auto rotation. So you can go ahead and put the monitor into portrait or landscape mode and it will automatically change without having to alter any settings. Since getting this monitor, it's completely changed my workflow. I can comfortably open multiple windows and multitask at the same time, and having a larger display is super nice for watching content in my room after a long day. There are built-in 3-watt speakers, but really they're only good enough for system sounds, definitely won't replace any dedicated speakers or headphones, and you won't be surprised to hear they're not as good as the built-in MacBook speakers. yeah, just no bass whatsoever. I definitely wouldn't use these unless I really had to. So it all comes down to, would I recommend this monitor? And I'd have to say yes, like absolutely. If you have a Mac and you want the best colors, the best experience possible in terms of integration, then this is the best monitor I've tried for the price point. It prices in at 620 Canadian dollars or 459 US dollars. And to me, that's actually not too bad. Considering some of the Apple monitors are in the thousands, this works out an exceptionally good deal. I think it would be pretty hard to beat a monitor of this spec for this price point. So let me know in the comments section down below whether you're going to pick this monitor up, what you think about it. Are there any cons that I missed? Let me know in the comments section. I am super curious. And if you did reach the end of this video, I'd appreciate it if you leave a black heart in the comments section down below, just so I know that you stuck around until the end. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my overall review and take on this BenQ monitor. I'm definitely going to continue using this. I've had no problems whatsoever, basically no cons, only pros for my workflow, but obviously everyone's different. So yeah, that's all I can really say. But thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.